Hey guys, and welcome back. Doing another home vlog as we're still in our quarantine, but found something kind of fun at the store the other day. We found this at the 99-cent store, and it was only $6.99, or no, $4.99. It was even less. So as you can see, it's $5. So not bad, and it's a slime kit, except it's Star Wars themed, and it's based on Jabba the Hutt's little slime bowl that he has that you can see in Return of the Jedi. So thought this would be fun to do. And it says it comes with everything, that you just need to add water. So we're not sure how much water, so I got 2 cups right here, and if I need to get more, we will. We're just using tap water. And let me open this up.
What is it, Mr. Neo?
Come here.
It's like an unboxing video.
Kind of.
What is it?
They say they make several other kits. There's one that's to grow your own crystals, like a lightsaber, yeah, kyber crystal growing kit. And then there's another one. It's a metal detector kit, and it's based in Jakku. So I guess if you were like a scavenger. So they have a couple other themed kits in the series.
Which means this one's here.
You want to unwrap that one? This looks like a mixture.
Oh, it's like a little bowl.
Oh, I bet this goes inside that first. As you guys can see, it's pretty simple, and it's all included. It just takes us a second to get everything out. And it looks like our instruction manual here at the bottom. I'm just gonna get this out of the way right now.
So this
We got our
goes
base.
goes.
Alright, so finish putting this together. I think we're on the right path here. So it's got pretty clear instructions. It's got everything you need in step-by-step instructions here on the front, and then it looks like it's in Spanish on the back. Recreate some of the disgusting and oozing substances found inside Jabba's palace as you discover the science of the slime. Learn what's at the heart of the chemistry, investigating different substances and experimenting to see how they interact, combine, and change when mixed together to form new substances. So it says, with each experiment, consider which ingredients are being combined, write down your observations. So there are some different things that you can do, and it looks like the spoon here.
And it looks like an instrument, like one of the ones that they play in his palace.
Yeah, I mean, it's even the spoon is themed too. I don't know if you guys can kind of see it there. So it looks like we kind of put everything together correctly. This is our slime vat with lid, comes off, and this is our mixing urn, and this thing comes off. So I think this is where maybe we'll be mixing the powders together. And then there's a drain grate, and then the slime dipper is what they call it. And so we have our ingredients here. They're calling these nodules. Little tiny foam balls. I'm not sure exactly what they're made of.
Hysterical?
But yeah, they do kind of almost look like a styrofoam. And then we got slime bits. These are all clearly labeled. And so these are 2, looks like, of the same, or at least they're labeled the same. They say slime bits at the bottom.
It's gonna be a lot of slime.
Well, yeah, so it sounds like the idea is that there's different, what they call experiments. So you would take these slime bits, there's 4 of them, and you have a chance to make maybe 4 different mixtures, and then you can take those mixtures and mix them with each other to make even different things. So it is very much like a chemistry set. This is called Sheen. This looks like glitter. It's very shiny.
So shiny.
And this is glow. So maybe we'll be able to make some glowing putty, or slime I should say. And then this last guy here is going to be the putty, is what it says. There. So there's our packs. It's a little background on Jabba and his palace. Some of the slugs and snails that I think maybe he eats. Because he pulls one out.
How do you eat a dog?
Yeah, but there's also little things I think in his dish that are swimming around. So again, one side's in English, and again in Spanish on the back. So this is just something kind of fun and extra. It's not in regards to making the slime. So a little housekeeping for the slime. This says to always wash your hands. Use a dry bowl and dipper when you start, so you're not cross-contaminating. So I think we'll just skip to experiment 1. It says for the urn, which is this guy, 1 spoonful of slime bits. So that's our green one here.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to like snap it down, or if you just like fold it, or is it just like all
I think it just rests in here, but that's a good thing to know. I mean, this does seem a little bit
wobbly?
wonky here, so I think we'll just be real careful. We're gonna try to use the base that comes with it, but we'll make adjustments as needed if we think it's going wrong. And it does tell you, when they say 1 whole spoonful, there's actually a guide on here, so it kind of breaks it down for you in case you have trouble, with like what's 3/4 of a spoon or a half or a quarter, whatever. There's a guide on here, so that's somewhat helpful. Let's see. These look like they might be sealed. I might need scissors or something. Yeah, can we? It's heat sealed at the top.
Okay.
Yeah, we just need scissors or a blade or something. So while Marzz is getting us some scissors, here's a closer view of what the slime bits looks like. So it's a powder consistency, and here's the other ones. Here's the putty. And the sheen, again, looks like glitter. And the glow, also another like powder. And here's the nodules. Again, looks like little styrofoam balls. I do like the Jabba's on each package. It's kind of fun. Okay, so thank you. We got our scissors. So there is like a resealable like Ziploc thing here, but then they heat sealed it at the top. So I'm going to cut just below that. And that way, if we need to reseal this bag, we should be able to. Okay. So, do you want to do a spoonful? You don't need that? Okay. I don't know as far as like height.
It looks like matcha powder.
I assume it needs to just be kind of flat. So we'll call that a spoonful, I think. You guys can see that. Knock all of it off into there. And let me reseal this bag so it doesn't go all over the place. I think we're okay there. Alright, and then it says 6 spoonfuls of water. Pour contents of urn into vat while stirring. How would you describe skin slime? That's kind of disturbing.
So I would say pour the water in here.
Yeah, so I need 6 spoonfuls in there. And then this is 6? You guys watching at home, maybe we'll see if that's 6 or 7, but I think it was 6.
I think it's 6.
Okay, so now it tells us to pour contents into the vat while stirring.
With the base.
So I guess that's why this comes out easy now. So then we'll stir, and we'll try to pour it in here. Stir, stir, stir. It is starting to clump up.
So slimy.
So yeah, it definitely clumped up, and it does look a little weird.
It's a skin slime?
Yeah, so they're labeling it skin slime, as you can see right here in experiment 1.
It just stirring it feels so green.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely thick, very thick consistency, and kind of tough.
Yeah, like when you stab it, it feels like almost it bounces back.
Well, let's see what it feels like. Yeah, it does feel like yeah, like a slug or something. Like you'd imagine like some creature. All right, well this is our skin slime.
Look at that. It's so thick and gooey.
Can you guys see that on this camera? You guys see like the
It's like, I can't get it on my hand.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well, and then so like what do we do with that now?
Put it in a Ziploc and play with it later.
Okay.
Or like if you have a
I guess we'll have to get some Ziplocs. Maybe I can grab some. I'm gonna clean out our vat and spoon for the next experiment.
Or like play with your slime. Look at that. Look at Rose. Look, Phoebe. Doesn't smell nice at all. So slimy.
All right, so I'm back with clean vat. Wiped it out. Used as best I could, and then our scooper. And I grabbed a little snack size baggie here and put our skin slime in it.
So sticky.
Well, so there's all these different experiments.
Can we do one with those nodules?
Yeah, so I was just gonna actually suggest. So we don't have to go in order. We can skip around. I mean, why don't we take a second and look and see which ones sound interesting to us? Curdled mold. That one sounds interesting. It's a spoonful of the slime bits, a spoonful of putty, and a spoonful of the nodules. So we're using 3 ingredients and then 6 spoonfuls of water into the vat.
Alright.
Okay, so let's try that. This sounds interesting. So we're gonna do the curdled mold. Already sounds kind of gross. So we need a spoonful of the slime bits. I think this is gonna be kind of our base. And the last one turned out okay, so I'm gonna try to scoop it the same way. Call that spoonful. And then if you can wipe the spoon. Try not to cross-contaminate here. And then I need putty this time, I believe.
Putty.
Yep. So a spoonful of this. And these are also sealed. They definitely made sure these weren't going to come open in the box, which is great because, you know, if they did, it's going to ruin this whole thing.
This
so
is pretty sturdy.
yeah, I mean it's
Pretty
well packaged,
impressed.
and the fact that we found it at the 99-cent store for $5, like this is great. We're enjoying it, but if you had kids, obviously this is definitely geared towards them. Something simple that they can understand, and then they get some fun slime to play with. So a spoonful of this. I think those fell off, so I don't think we have to wipe that one. I think these are more granular, and so they're a little bigger. It's not quite as powdery. And then lastly, we will take a spoonful of these nodules that we're very curious about.
Oh, you're losing them.
Yeah, well,
Bye, Michael.
goodbye. I do think these are just like styrofoam.
Yeah, they seem to be sticking to the mat.
They're very staticky, yeah. Here we go though. Take a spoonful of our nodules. Too big of a
It's
mess.
sticking to the spoon.
It is a little stuck to the spoon. And then we have our house fan going, our little freestanding fan going, so we're just kind of blowing things around a little bit. But I think that was pretty successful.
Into the water.
And then we do 6 spoonfuls again of the water in the vat. It says pour contents of urn into vat while stirring, and then yeah, just to see the difference of like how it is. So
I'll pour it and you just go there.
okay.
I'll look in
Oh, there it goes. Okay, I'm mixing. Oh, the water like basically evaporated super quick. So here we go. Trying to get it
It looks like.
while there's still some like liquid left to it. I feel like the liquid like disappeared super fast.
Yeah, I think that slime makes your stuff. The slime bits.
Yeah.
It just sucks it right up.
Yeah, it's definitely absorbent.
I think too, once you play with it, like it'll like start mixing a little better.
Yeah, but it's definitely together. It's a funny looking thing. So can you guys see it? It's like very like light and airy, and the nodules didn't exactly like do anything. They didn't change their attributes. They're just kind of stuck in it. So I guess it's almost like a textural thing and aesthetics. But it is interesting. It does definitely change how it feels. It's less slimy than the other one was.
Yeah, the other one was slimy and sticky. This one seems to be like a little tougher.
Yeah, this one's a little tougher is a good way to describe it. I'm trying to think of what it like reminds me
It
of.
doesn't like stretch out like the other one did. Ooh, those nodules are weird.
Yeah, but it's like a sensory point of view though. It is kind of fun to play with, to feel in your hands. I can see.
Yeah, it's very like it made the styrofoam balls a little hard, not as squishy. So, but when you squish it, it's like it hits your hand.
It's very different from the first one.
Squish it.
I had this little bit here. Like you ever get those credit card offers, you know, where they send or your actual like debit card replacement, you know, when you peel it off, there's that glue and you can ball it up, and there's a little bit of that. It's not quite as tacky as that, but that's kind of the consistency. Like once you roll that glue up. But I don't know if you guys can see that here. Here, so I'm gonna grab another fan and we'll put this one in there, and then I'm gonna try to just wipe out the back. I think that we might be able to do that. So, and again, this thing just pops right out. So far this is easy, very easy to use. The instructions are super simple. So, kind of digging this as a science kit. I remember when I was a kid, we did do the crystal thing. Like I remember we took like a large like pickle jar, mayonnaise jar, something like that, and we put a rock in it. And you know, you were supposed to try to find a rock that had lots of jagged edges and stuff, so it had, you know, the chemicals had things to attach to, and so we did that. And then I remember, you know, putting in the chemical mixture and the water and everything, and then over the next, you know, I don't know, it felt like a few weeks, but it's probably a week. You know, when I was a kid, it grew little rock crystals, and I still have that rock somewhere. It was a white crystal that was on it, and yeah, I'm gonna have to find it at some point. I don't know though if it's here or back at my parents' house, because I have things there, but I do have it. So I remember the science stuff being fun when I was a kid.
Yeah. There's another tip too, because I know there's some people who don't like feeling the slime, like the stickiness and whatnot. You can always play with it from the Ziploc bag.
That's true.
You still feel the little ball thing.
Yeah, that's true. And especially if you have kids, you know, don't have them miss out because you don't like the feeling of it. But I do know people that don't like that feeling, so that's actually a great idea. So you can still allow your kids to enjoy it. Well, I mean, let's see. We haven't used the glow or the sheen. This one looks like it might use everything. It's pit sludge. That sounds pretty Jabba palace-y, right? Some pit sludge. Why don't we try that one? That one does sound pretty interesting.
Now I know what this is like when you get putty.
Putty?
Yeah, when you play with regular putty and you just added styrofoam balls to it.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Thicker.
It doesn't feel as wet though.
Yeah.
Putty does feel like it has like almost like a moisture to it.
It's like bouncy.
But that's a good comparison. Let's do this. So we're gonna do experiment number 10. It's labeled pit sludge, and it requires a spoonful of slime bits. You wanna try this one, or you want me to do it?
I'll try it.
Okay. So it's gonna be a spoonful of the slime bits, and I'll get these ones ready because we haven't opened these ones yet. But basically, it's gonna be a spoonful of each, I think, even including the nodules. So this is kind of the culminating experiment, I think. I think it kind of uses everything.
they give you a lot of this. We have 4 bags of it.
Yeah, so we have more slime we can make. And I guess we could always make a bigger thing of it. Okay, so now it's a half spoonful of the sheen. So as they said here, it's a half.
And we glitter everywhere.
Yeah, okay, so it's 1 spoonful of nodules. Now it's a half spoonful of this glow mixture. That's kind of cool. It'll allow it to glow in the dark. Alright, so half spoonful of glow, and then lastly a half spoonful of the putty. And this one's only 4 spoonfuls of water, so that's interesting. We're actually going to use less water on this one, even though we have like 4 times the ingredients. Yep, same as all the other ones. We're gonna pour it in and stir. Here's our mixture, and then here we go.
Oh, neat. Looks like booger.
We lost some nodules.
Yeah, they flew.
Put them back. This one does look interesting. This one looks thick, and it does look sticky this time.
It looks so nasty. I can't even stir because it's so sticky.
Yeah, you can see it. Like, it basically absorbed the water.
Oh, it's gonna make glitter all over me.
Yeah. I think it's
Oh,
just pretty messy.
it feels so gross because it feels kind of like wettish without actually leaving any water.
Yeah, it is very. It feels sticky, and yeah, that's a great way to describe it. It feels like your hands are gonna be wet, but they're not. By far the most interesting because of
The feel.
it's cold too, and yeah, I feel like there should be just tons of residue on my hand. I am getting glitter on our hand,
Yeah.
which we expected. Glitter is just a mess. It's such a terrible product.
I think
It's nice to look at, but everything
Yeah.
else sucks about it.
this one was the one that didn't leave any residue on your hand. This one did because it's slimy, and so it left stretchy stuff. And then that one was glitter.
You see, I can pull it apart, but it is heavy and it's not like super stretchy, so this will break. I don't want it to like get everywhere. Let's see how it snaps back. So it's definitely, it wants to stay combined. Oh, that's pretty good though. I mean, just out of those 3, just those kind of random 3 that we chose, one being the very first one, which I think is the most simple. It was just 1 spoonful of the slime bits. Up to this one that had a little bit of every single thing that comes with it. All were pretty easy to use and do, and you could see the amount that it made. It's not an incredible amount. Even when you
No,
ball it up,
it's
it's
enough to
smaller than a
play
golf
with.
ball. You could make more. You could repeat the same experiment and then combine it together.
There's a lot of slime left, as you guys can see on the table.
Yeah, and it does say here, and this is something I remember too, slime will catch dirt and things. So if you do make this and you give it to your kids, just keep an eye on it. It'll get dirty and funky real fast, and you'll probably just have to get rid of it. You can't really clean it once it gets dirty. So definitely, it's fun. It's a plaything, but you kind of have to be a little controlled about it if you want it to last. If you don't care, let them go nuts.
There's some people who will do slime hacks where they'll make kind of like the putty style slime and use it for like their keyboards and things, and then toss it because you can make more.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good.
Leave us a comment down below. Tell us which one's your favorite. We had the skin slime.
Yeah, we did skin slime, and then the curdled mold, and then we skipped down to pit sludge. So we did experiment 1, 6, and 10, and so that's beginning, mid range, and end. So I think that was actually pretty good. We didn't even plan on that.
Yeah. Think you can use it as a candy dish?
Yeah, I definitely want to clean it
cereal
first.
bowl?
But yeah, it's a bowl. You can use it whatever you want. Alright guys, well, as always, thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of just seeing this slime kit. And if you guys are interested, we did find this at the 99-cent store. But I think it's available at all, probably lots of different retailers. So look for it at your local store or online. So
Thanks for watching.
as always guys, thanks. Until next time, bye.